Hey guys, Kelvin here again. Wanted to show you another glimpse of my collection. This is all just in one wall of my bedroom, and the very awesome wife who doesn't mind that I set up the whole bedroom like a murder scene. So let's take a look. Down here I have my NECA collection, mostly Freddy Krueger, but I do have Jason and Ash and a couple of other figures in there as well. Down below I've got some stylized Mezco figures, as well as the plush Mezco line Cinema of Fear came out with a couple years back. I do have every single one from the collection, so maybe I'll do a video and show you all those later, but for now they're just hanging on the shelf of toys. In the corner here you can see I got just a simple little film cell frame at IKEA. It's just a bunch of, I think it hits 4x6 photos, and it just looks like a film reel, so I went in and threw images from all the Nightmare on Elm Streets in there, and it came out pretty cool for, what, fucking $6. And up at the top I've got my Todd McFarlane 3D Nightmare on Elm Street poster. I really love this piece. In fact, I wish that he kept making these and did all the Nightmare on Elm Street films, because those would be just really epic. So if there's any sculptors out there that want a project, you might want to consider doing these, because it's pretty awesome. A Retro Outlaw print that I won at the 25th anniversary screening of Dream Warriors. Had it signed by Kincaid and Joey at a convention. And my Nightmare on Elm Street sign, well, just the Elm Street sign really, made by Springwood Slasher Productions, or Creations rather. They do that with a bloody version as well. And they could probably just do a clean Elm sign if you wanted, so you should check them out on Facebook, Springwood Slasher Creations. And here I have a custom Nightmare on Elm Street photo, kind of a collage of all the Elm Street films, and I had it printed up into a giant size movie poster. Really very unique, and it's high resolution. It came out great. I actually got it printed up by a company called posterburner.com, and you can see it came out pretty epic. And here, one of my favorite pieces is my wearable, it's actually a latex Freddy's Revenge glove. It has real stainless steel blades coming out of it, and looks really cool on it. It had a kind of funky paint job to it when I first got it. Looked too pink, like a baby or something. It just didn't look lifelike at all. Kind of looked cheesy. But I sent it over to Mr. Brian Wright of Wright's FX, and he did a repaint that just really brought it to life, and I'm a lot happier with it now, and it's one of my favorite pieces. I've got a Nightmare plaque by Mr. Billy Effner of Engraveyard Studios, and he does some fantastic work with acrylics and plaques, and he works with One Customs on stands for your figures and all kinds of stuff. So check those guys out and get something from Billy if you haven't already. They're really fantastic pieces. And I have my new Nightmare Freddy glove. This is another latex piece. I'd like to get a silicone one, but you know, it's just not in the budget right now. And these blades are actually some kind of resin, just painted to look metal, but it has a nice snug fit. Doesn't look all bulky like the Incredible Hulk. I've seen a lot of kind of new Nightmare gloves that are too big out there. And over here, of course, I've got my autograph collection. I've got some things signed by Robert Englund, Heather Langenkamp. Just used these floating frames, and I threw some old Freddy sweaters up in them, and it really kind of made for a cool display piece. Here I have my Freddy vs. Jason glove and mask display. I kind of took the idea from a NECA display, but I mean, the mask that NECA has is really cheap, and the glove had plastic blades. It just seemed like they kind of pissed away an opportunity to make a good product. So I purchased a mask from I believe fiberglassmask.com, and this is their bloody versus version, and I really like it. It's really a fine piece of work. And the glove is by Ronnie Hunger, and it's just really beautiful glove. And you can kind of see the stand barely sits on the shelf, but because the mask is up there and the glove and everything, it really kind of just holds itself up there. All I have up there holding it up is a couple of thumbtacks on the side of the straps. But it hasn't moved yet, and it stays there, and it looks pretty good. You can see I've got some framed film cells above the mask and glove display from Freddy vs. Jason. Autographed Kane Hodder prints, and I did the same thing with the frames, except for these I just put kind of a photo collage using some extra, spare DVD box sets that I had. I just kind of cut up the photos in there and made little frames out of them. Another Todd McFarlane 3D poster, of course, for Voorhees. This is kind of my Voorhees side of the wall. I've got a couple of prints, and that's actually a Friday the 13th sign that lights up. It's pretty cool. My Voorhees Part 7 costume slash display. It's actually just the cheap Jason Voorhees Deluxe costume that I think is offered by Ruby's. I bought it and kind of altered it a bit, and I cut out their chest and replaced it with the Twisted Toy Box chest, and it looks a lot better. And I also have the spine on the back. And the mask is a Raging Zombie hood, and I just put the mask, which is made by Crystal Lake Industries, James Power, on top there. And I've got some Lee Howard prints, and these are all in order of, first slasher to the next, to the next, to the next, chronological, if you will. But anyway, that's just a quick glimpse of some of my collection. Sorry about the shaky camera work, but I'm just using a cell phone, so soon enough here I'll get a proper camera and shoot some better vids for you guys. But I hope you enjoyed it, and thanks for watching.